Former President Trump back home this morning after his first big campaign swing to New Hampshire and South Carolina, dismissing critics who say his 2024 push is off to a slow and sputtering start.
They said he's not doing rallies, he's not campaigning. Maybe he's lost that step. I'm more angry now, and I'm more committed now than I ever was.
Mr. Trump again pushing his election fraud lies, and on his plane after his rallies, pushing a new attack against Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis, a potential 2024 challenger.
I got him elected. Ron would have not been governor if it wasn't for me, and that's okay. Then when I hear he might run, I consider that very disloyal.
That's after a new poll in New Hampshire, released just before Mr. Trump's visit, shows DeSantis with a 12-point lead over the former president. The governor hasn't formally announced anything yet, but he's widely speculated to be planning a presidential run, with advisors actively preparing, according to the Washington Post, citing two Republicans with knowledge of the conversation. NBC News has not confirmed that reporting. Some Republicans arguing the party needs someone other than Mr. Trump at the top of the ticket, pointing to the underwhelming midterms for the GOP and the former president's support of controversial candidates who failed to win.
We could go through the entire list. Loser, 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 loser. And I think Republicans are recognizing that.
Still, Mr. Trump remains the GOP frontrunner, leading a crowded field of possible challengers, not just DeSantis, but Trump administration veterans like former Vice President Mike Pence, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Trump loyalists still behind him.
There are many talented people for years to come, but there is only one Donald Trump.
Both political parties, Republican and Democratic, shared reactions to Donald Trump's visit to the state as he remains the only declared 2024 presidential candidate.
Anytime you have a presidential candidate visiting your state, you feel good about that. So lots of people still admire President Trump, and he still have a lot of strong support here in South Carolina and specifically here in Charleston County.
Early polling shows Trump is a favorite to win his party's nomination, but a representative with the South Carolina Democratic Party says the turnout shows the beginnings of a failed campaign.
And you'll see Democrats coalesce behind Joe Biden. But South Carolina, we're honored to be part of this process, but at the end of the day, you need to be looking at how few people showed up, who is not there on the political spectrum.
Trump also stopped in New Hampshire today before coming here for his first campaign event since launching his bid more than 2 months ago. Both states hold two of the party's first three nominating contests, giving them power in selecting its nominee.
Most of the presidential candidates on both sides of the line, the Democratic candidates as well as the Republican candidates, know that it's important to work a base in South Carolina, given that we may be one of the first primary states in the nation. So they say as South Carolina goes, so does the presidency. So I'm not surprised at all that he's here early, and lots of other candidates will be following sometime in March.
Both representatives say it will be interesting to watch who may challenge the former president's chance of re-election.